welcome along and welcome back to Silverrun Forest. Today we are going to be trying to make back all the money that we spent last time. We've got a lot of metal to sell, we've got a lot of pepper grinders and a lot of bowls to sell as well, and they're actually going to be going to different places, so it's going to be a lot of running around in the TLX today. First job, though, we need to do is head down to our floor paneling factory and get things loaded up here. We've got 4 pallets sitting outside, and this has run out of planks, so there is that. Hopefully this should be enough for us to get the first stage of the roller coaster finished, which actually is a pretty big milestone for us on here. We've been working towards this for a while. I'm hoping that a lot of the next stage of the roller coaster is going to be done as well, because we have a lot of stuff stored there ready to go. So let's take this round to the other side, and then we'll bring our lorry and our flatbed round as well. And yeah, we're doing a lot of this at the moment. A lot of loading up and transport and that kind of thing. I do want to get back to doing some logging. It's probably going to be a few episodes before we do that, though, because, well, we don't really have much wood left that we can log with. There we go. And I don't want to completely clear out our current area. So if we can make enough money from our floor panels here, from our extra pepper grinders and bowls and metal today, we might be able to actually do what we planned to do previously and buy some land. Alternatively, just having a look in here, what do we have in the shop? Yeah, we've got a John Deere 9RT, but yeah, nothing of any real use to us for our logging operation, our logging setup. We are keeping an eye out for a Volvo excavator if we can. If we're lucky, we will get that. But look at this, we've got snow coming down, so we might end up with a covering of that here as well, by the looks of things, over the next couple of months. So logging is going to be fairly difficult with that anyway. How much do we have? I think we only have 5 of these. So let's get these loaded up. I'm going to try and put these in the middle. It's not so easy with this sidewalk here. There we go. And to disconnect and reconnect that, because that is still a thing that happens on a regular basis. 4 tiles on, back out and get out of the way of the pedestrian. And then we've got just 3 more to load up, and then we'll take these down to the roller coaster. Yeah, and get stage 1 done. This is the last of what we need to transport down there. Last pallet of flooring. Just line this up. Not the easiest thing to do from in cab, especially when I'm going up to a height like this. But that should be fairly good. And in fact, I think that is on there. Wow. That's not bad, actually, for first person. So we'll lock that down. Lock that down, and then, yeah, we need to get the sections out at the back again. So out with our ramps, and we can get our Kubota loaded up and head down to the roller coaster. I'm just going by our wood turning factory on our way down to the roller coaster. I just want to have a quick look and see what the status here is. We've got another 3 another 3 pallets of bowls, another 2 pallets of pepper grinders, so that's a decent amount that we've got to sell from here. And surprisingly, the best price for both of those at the moment is not the train. So as I was saying, we are going to have to transport to various different places today in order to get the best prices. The only thing... Wait, cars come out of nowhere here. The only thing that needs to go onto the train is actually going to be the metal. So we're going to have to pick that up from our iron furnace and transport that down to the yard to get that sold, but otherwise we're pretty good. Right, I have no idea what happens when you complete a stage on the roller coaster, so I'm gonna bring this into here and we are gonna find out as we unload the first lot. So it looks like we've unloaded as much as we can here. Is that gonna... No, I think it's full. That all the floor tiles it needs. Yeah, basically it is currently running through the floor tiles, and we have unloaded everything that we need to unload here for those. Just back this off and just check what happens. So this should now be unloading the rest of those. We've got 4,967 planks in here, 3,500 liters of metal, nearly 3,000 liters of staircase railings, 1,500 liters of long planks, 1,000 liters of prefab walls, and 999 liters of floor tiles. And hopefully it will start using the floor tiles that it has now and completing those. So the next question is, where is the best place for us to sell floor tiles right now? Elm Creek. So what we'll do is we'll take these, we'll restrap everything down, and we'll go and load up the metal so that we can load up the train with floor tiles and metal and take it over to Elm Creek. We've got quite a large amount of metal up here at our iron furnace. We've got 8 rolls sitting outside, and I think... Well, last time I looked, at the end of the previous day, we had somewhere in the region of another 3 or 4 rolls. So, yeah, there's a large amount we've got here. What I want to do is get the backs down. So that should have got my ramps out, yeah. And we're then going to undo all of these. And then just fill up this trailer as much as we can with metal. And just transfer this straight over to the train, get that sold, and then we've just got the pepper pots and the wood bowls to sort today, and get the money in for those. So it's gonna be a good income, not as much as we had a couple of videos ago, but it's still gonna be sizable because yeah, we've got a decent amount. And we're in a position where most of the time we should be fairly good now because we have the metal production going. Because we have a trailer and we have a wheel loader to be able to load them up. The only place where we'd have a downside and might not be able to make money with these would be if we didn't have any money for the iron furnace to run. But that shouldn't be a huge problem because, whoa, off there please, because we should always have some metal to get the iron furnace running, and as long as we keep a careful eye on everything, it should all just keep functioning. In the past, I've been very much against sort of doing an automatic sell-off of products from my production facilities, but to be perfectly honest, considering the amount of metal I'm getting put out from here, I'm very tempted when we empty this now to actually go and do exactly that. Give us a regular income, let this take care of itself, and then if I need to output some metal for my own use, do it that way. I'm very much thinking at the moment that we might go and just sell these off and not worry too much about loading them onto the train, because loading it twice is a lot of work, and normally doing all the loading onto here and then all the loading off. We do over a couple of days. And right now, it's going to take most of the day to load this up and then get it over there. And then it's going to take most of the rest of the day to load it onto the train. So, yeah, I think we're going to do a straight sell-off of this or to the next best place. And for metal, that is going to mean we get a loss of about £400 per pallet here. But it's still going to bring us in over £3,000. We can't take it to the roller coaster. The roller coaster doesn't have any space. The next best place is the boatyard. And yeah, the boatyard and the barrel factory are both paying over 3,000 as well. So yeah, we might go and take them there. I think for all the amount of time it'll take us, it's gonna be a little bit too time consuming to load it onto the train. As much as I love loading it onto the train and selling it, it is a double tap. It is a case of we have to do it. We have to do the loading of all this metal twice. And yeah, it's not easy. What I'd really like, and somebody brought this up the other day, is can you place products into containers? The answer, unfortunately, is no, but that would be absolutely perfect. I would love it if you could take products from places like this, load it into container, and then put the container on the train. That would be an absolutely perfect way to sell stuff. And yeah, I think I'd really like to see that. I don't know if, well, I don't think it can be modded for this, but I would very much like to see it. To see a container that we can load product into, and then like we can sell containers full of wood, let's sell containers full of iron roll and wool and things like that. I think that would be brilliant. My other reason for wanting to direct sell this today, we have one more of these rolls to go on, and I don't think we have enough space on the back of this trailer to fit, oh wow, to fit our skid steer. I think we're going to be, yeah, that is not going to fit on the back of there. So yeah, we've got no way of unloading it at the other end without driving this skid steer all the way there. And at 7 miles an hour, that is going to be a painful journey. So yeah, we are just going to load this up. We're going to find the best prices for the floor tiles and the metal. We'll take them over there. And while we're going to lose about, well, we know we're going to lose about £400 a pallet for the metal. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 21, 22 pallets. So quite a lot of money. It's about 11,000. It's yeah, it's about £10,000 that we will lose from not selling on the train. That's a lot of money. That is an awful lot of money, actually. That could be the difference between us owning land and not. So, yeah, I can't leave that on the, I can't leave that. We're going to have to use the train. So, wow, that was a big turnaround. Off to the wood, off to our sawmill it is. Somewhere along that calculation then my math went awry because we actually only have 16 pallets, not 22. So I counted 6 pallets that weren't. I must have done my 6 times table at some point in there. I think I went 12. I went 12, 18, 21, which, yeah, that doesn't work. So there's not quite as much here, but we're still going to be leaving about 8,000 or 9,000. I considering the loss overall of me miscounting, is actually going to be very important again. There was no way to strap these 3, as it were, down. So I've lost a pallet, and I'm going to have to go and find it and bring it down here. In the meantime, let's call the train and get that here as well. Yep, it's on its way. Yep, we lost it when we turned the first corner. So let's get this picked up and slightly unrealistically take this on the front of our forks here all the way to the sawmill. Back at the sawmill, and the train is here waiting for us. Perfect. We can get this all loaded up now. There's nothing on here that will go on that pallet area. Actually, there is. We have a prefab we can sell. So, yeah, we'll get the prefab on here as well and make some money from that. But overall, this should now be fairly easy to get loaded up with our rolls of steel. If I can get it to stay on the train carriage. And yeah, once we've done this, we'll send this. We'll probably back this out today in order to get these sold. Yeah, send it back the other way and see if we have such a problem with flying products as we've had recently. The easiest way I've found to load up this flatbed is to put a single one on and then to push it across with 2 more, so like that, and then you come out and it slots on there very nicely like that. That should hold that in place now, and just means that it slides it all across, and it then all sits there nice and neatly and nice and easily. We do have a bit of a covering of snow now on the ground, though, as you can see. Grab a single from the end here. There we go. And we can go put that onto our train. And I love how beautiful this map is in the snow and in the cold. It is just utterly gorgeous. And of course, it doesn't put a stop to us doing anything. But a day full of snow like this just really offsets things and makes it really beautiful and a really lovely place to be working. As I said earlier, this is so very time consuming, but it is going to be worth it. We are going to make an absolute killing from this with the extra cash. And yeah, that does make it worth doing it this way. What I need to do now is do that, so that what we can do is take 2 off there. The biggest problem with this is access. Taking a single one off here means that you kind of get the edges in the way, so I'm just trying to continually make space and make it easier. I've only got a couple more runs to go here. So, yeah, we should be done, I would have thought, maybe by 4 PM. And then we can go and make some cash. And if we're lucky from this lot, we'll be able to make enough today to go and sell, to go and buy a new piece of land. If not, we know that we've got our bowls and our pepper grinders that are still available for us to make some cash from. So we should have enough today, which I really want to move forward going into January and the new year. And if we're able to go forward like that, it's going to work out really, really well for us. Last roll of steel to go on the trailer, and it's just gone 4 o'clock. It's 10 past 4. Wow. This is, as I suspected, you know, taking us all day just to load from our truck to our train. And yeah, we're going to make a decent amount of money from it. It's Still another day where we're just selling stuff off and not getting on with doing logging and stuff around there, which is a little bit frustrating. I would quite like to have got back into that. You know, done some selling today and then been into getting back on the logging. But it is snowy. There's a lot of snow on the ground. There's not a lot we can do. We'd end up missing the various stumps and things that we'd leave, so it'd be difficult for us to do that. And yeah, it's not the best day for us to be logging anyway. So I'm not too fussed about that, and we are going to make a decent amount of cash from this lot. Oh, there we go. Right. And there we are. Now what we might start doing is putting the planks that we get from here to distribution. So distributing them to our various factories, making sure that we keep those running and keep income coming from those, rather than us having to load up with planks all the time from here and do that. It won't cost us anything to distribute, and what it will do is it'll actually turn our planks into more money. So we'll be able to then make extra cash from them, which is perfect. You know, exactly what we want to be able to do. Making flooring will be perfect, and well, when we get the furniture factory, we want to have that automatically making furniture as well. And of course, that now is our next target. We're going to need the furniture factory in order to do stuff for the next stage of the roller coaster. So we'll be checking that out next time and making sure that we can get the money together for that. But we need to secure a new supply of wood first, and we probably need to start securing a new securing stuff to replenish the wood that we have in our own land, because it's gonna take a while for that to regrow. Ideally, that's something that I'd have done very early on, is starting to replant, but we didn't get the equipment at the time that would have allowed us to do it easily, and so yeah, that was on me. I think in future that is very much something I'm going to be looking to do with a logging setup, is making sure that we're not just cutting trees down and getting trees, but we're also doing a bit better forestry management and replenishing what we take. Right, last couple of bits. We are gonna put this prefab onto the front carriage, so onto our planked carriage, and yeah, we've got a couple of loads of planks, a couple of piles of planks to put on here as well, so we can get those done too. And then we're gonna back this train out of here, take it back the way it came, and see how much we make from this, and whether we're gonna need more money in order to get our next bit of land, or whether we're gonna be nicely set up next time. The final pallet to go on the train, and yeah, wow, this has taken so long to get this all done today. It is 5:15. The sun is set, or is at least setting, and yeah, we've got the last couple of pallets, or the last pallets to put on here. Let's just do that, adjust it a little bit. Yeah, I think that's got it. It's been a very snowy day here, but we have got a lot achieved. We've got all of our steel loaded. We've got our first floor tiles delivered to the roller coaster, so that will start moving on to stage 2 soon. Meanwhile, we've got a whole load here to sell off, and yeah, we've got another prefab and some more long planks and some more wooden beams. Let's grab this then, and we'll turn the lights on it, and we're just gonna reverse it, so we're back the way we came. and see if stuff flies off. Because what should happen going this way is before I get chucked out of the train, the goods should sell. I don't know how easy it's going to be though, or how easy it's going to be to see though, because of course we are reversing into darkness. Let's see if I can keep an eye on what flies off. Here it goes. Oh, we're off. But 86,982 in sold products is fantastic. Under £500 in the selling cost. We have more than enough money next time to get ourselves a new piece of land. So that's fantastic. We are going to be selling off some pepper mills and some bowls next time. We'll check on the roller coaster. For now, though, I'm going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.